Hi there. I am recording a quick screencast using Loom to demonstrate how I like to use Loom both for communication with staff and with teams that I work with, as well as how you can use the transcripts in Loom to create newsletter articles or email summaries, those sorts of things. So I've been using Loom since 2020 during COVID, during the lockdown. And I used it primarily to communicate with coaches when I was an athletic director, to update them on guidance, guidelines, rule changes, all those different things that were kind of changing moment to moment. And what I found is that when I put things into email, it was really confusing and difficult for people to follow. And subsequently, I got lots of questions. And so when I started using Loom, what I found is that people had way fewer questions, and that for one reason or another, whether it be that I wasn't a great writer, or that just being able to listen to the inflection and tone of my voice and the expression on my face, people were able to understand better what I was trying to communicate. And so since then, I've used Loom not only for explaining complex or nuanced topics in a very brief way. It only takes me a couple of minutes to turn on the recorder and just talk through either a piece of data or a policy update or shift, something like that, or be able to record my screen for workflow, whether that be a process, a report that I'm running in Synergy, which is our student information system, or how to format a spreadsheet. I've done that for people that I work with, and it seems to have been a pretty effective way, not only to communicate and do how-tos for people that I work with, but also document the work that we're doing for people that come behind us that are wondering how in the heck did they do this in the past. And so that's an idea I've gotten from software companies that use this to document their work. And I think it's a pretty effective thing to do. So what I'd like to just use as an example, and I'll show you all the different steps that I took to create a newsletter article, is that I created a slide deck. This was all data that I had already curated for something else that I was doing. And I wanted to communicate with staff all the different things that we were doing, and kind of the State of the Union as it applied to attendance at our high school. And so I created a slide deck. It took me maybe 15, 20 minutes to do this. And obviously the only thing that I really did was created a title slide that looked nice, and everything else was pretty plain. But I just explained all the different things that we were doing, some different things that we were talking about doing for re-engagement, which is what we call our non-punitive response to non-attenders. I shared some things about attendance interventions that teachers could use, and then a couple different articles about attendance both nationwide and here in my home state. Once I finished that, I went to Loom, and I copied this transcript that Loom automatically created, which was pretty cool. Then what I did was typed in, please clean up this transcription of a Loom video for a staff newsletter. And I went ahead and just copied and pasted that into here, and it created this pretty extensive transcript from an 8-minute video. And it cleaned up all the ums and ands and buts. And then I asked it to summarize this information into a brief newsletter. And it created this with the bold titles for the different sections of the things that I talked about, and then bulleted points for each one of them. And then I used that to then summarize, and I cleaned it up and I added some stuff. and shared both my video for people that want to watch the video, and then a bulleted summary for staff that wanted to look over it and decide whether or not they were going to actually watch my whole video, or if they just wanted to go through the slide deck and sort of read what was here. So anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish this video. I'm going to go to Loom, download the transcript, put it into ChatGPT, clean it up, and then create a blog post based on this. Hope this has been helpful and that you'll be able to use it for yourself in the future.